for me, what we are seeing is part of the political rhetorics that not just the good people of Nigerians are tired of, but generally the majority of Nigerians are tired of. Committees have been consistently set up in Benue State from as far back as 2011 till date. None of those reports have reflected any improvement in the security architecture of the good people of Benue State. Now, His Excellency has set up another committee again that is to be chaired by the Secretary to the Federal Government and the former Governor of Benue State, George Akume. For me, this committee can only prove us wrong if it does not fall under the category of the previous political rhetorics that Nigerians are tired of. Because the problem of Benue State is no longer about consistently setting up committees that don't give us reports that reflect practical intelligence reports. There is no security organogram to effectively marshal out some of the findings from these reports. In fact, most of these reports are not even known. I could remember what the president said when he said that if the current Benue State governor gives opportunity for political enemies to come into the state, that they will trample his administration and destroy the security architecture as a result. And that is bordering on the political competence of the governor of Benue State just now. The good people of Benue State decided to give their political patrimony and mandates to a reverend father who before now was used to serving mass in a Catholic church. Now, expecting him to perform the constitutional requirements and fundamental duty of protecting the lives and property of the good people of Benue State. However, this reverend father, or should I say political reverend father now, is now beginning to show telltale signs of incompetence in terms of handling the security, architectural affairs of the good people of Benue State. We are not about committees here. Let the committees reflect the type of reality that the good people of Benue State want to be part of. And that is
but the man who happens to be the governor of Benue State, being a priest, being the challenge, Comrade Bobby, you said something about him. I'm talking about High Saint Alia being a priest, and that was actually what made him to be incompetent about manning that position. Can you help us walk through the persons who have been governors of Benue State up until this particular time? We have the likes of Otom, we have Soswan, and we know that when Otom was there, was one who had the first grave massacre in that particular state. He wasn't a priest, he was just a lay person, yet that issue actually happened during that particular time he was there. Are we limited it to the qualification of someone being the governor of a state to what we're having in this country as a challenge? Let's also take a broader picture of Nigeria as a nation. We have had people who were Christians in office. We've had Muslims also in office. We've had the persons who maybe we call them Ibile also in office. And then we know things are not really working the way it's supposed to. Are we limiting people's qualification or competence nature now to what they have, or maybe their religious practice and that?
Not at all. What I'm saying is that out of moral suasion, these people felt that the conventional politicians that they were used to hit at before now had failed them. And as such, they decided to collectively say that since this man reflects the moral competence of Christendom and generally the majority's expectations of the good people of Benue State, that was why they voted in. But now, the man is appearing to be more politically handicapped in recent times. And for me, it calls for urgent concerns, it calls for urgent concerns, it calls for urgent worries. This man, see, the duty of any governor, whether a Christian or a Muslim. When
Tor of Cleveland was talking to the president, he made mention of a particular thing. He said that people have been, watering down the happenings in River State by making it not to be, the way it should be, by, misplacing the characters and all that, And then he went further to talk about that becoming a genocidal movement. He also pointed out to the finger that it was not just in Benue that this massacre is happening. In Plateau State also it's happening. And then they have tagged this to be ethnic cleansing. It is not communal clashes. It is not, no longer former-headed clashes. From some witnesses, we learned that we have security personnel also join the people who are doing this genocidal attack in Benue State at this point in time. What then do you expect a governor in the state, whom you and I know does not really have control of all the political apparatus in Nigeria at this point in time to do, that the president himself, as #1 man in Nigeria, cannot do, to stop Boko Haram from killing people in Benue State, stop people from killing people in Taraba, in Katsina, in Plateau, and back to Benue, where we're having as a discussion now?
Governor Alia to do is to resort to changing his security tactics and restructuring his security apparatus. Security is local anywhere, any day, anytime in the world. He should also adopt technological means to improve intelligence gathering and to better bring sanity to the security architecture of Benue State. All the flash points, all the entry and exit points should be consistently manned with security operatives, and he should give a directive. He is the chief security officer of the state. The last time I checked, the primary responsibility of him being the governor of Benue State is to secure the lives of the people. He should show capacity and competence.
Okay, just one question that I bring it back to the studio. Now, when you talk about the governor of Benue State being the security of the state, you and I also know that according to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Comrade Bobby Obayowan, that the president actually is the one who can, I'm not talking about, not the president now. Now, the IGP of police is the one who will give orders to the police that they have, the commissioner of police that they have in states. And also, we have the COAS being the one that will give orders also to military personnel that we have. Also, in all states, they obey the last order from their national or their headquarters, not from the governors, as the case may be. It happens all in all states. And then this actually has turned out to be the challenge, or what makes Nigerians to talk about state policing. We don't have state policing in Nigeria. What we have is federal police. And according to Obatokun yesterday, sometime during last week or early this week, they're saying that creating of other police stations or other police, especially state police in Nigeria, is not constitutional. So how then do you expect the governor to issue out these orders and go to the flashpoints, go there, and how do you think he will be? Do you think at this point in time that the governor will be obeyed when he come up to give those rules or those orders?
Work closely with the Inspector General of Police. I am happy that the governor is in good terms with the presidency, and I am happy that Benue State is also an APC state. That governor, it is his duty to bring the urgency of security concerns to the front burner of the IG of police. And the governor, as the chief security officer of the state, has the executive capacity to put all security agencies in check. As far as that state is concerned, the commissioner of police, though takes order from the IGP of police, should be given more pressure by the governor that the lives of the good people of Benue State are at stake. That is how to show capacity as a governor. That is how to show competence as a leader. The onus lies on him. Everything still falls back on his table. We should not hide on the fact that the security organogram of the country rests within the purview of the IGP of police in terms of the highest powers, and that the federal government is in charge of more security activities. In Edo State, where I come from, we had a former governor of Edo State that performed wonders in our security architecture. He established the local command and control center that was a historical feat in the annals of our democracy. In Edo State, our security architecture was very effective under Governor Godwin Obaseki. He worked closely with the Commissioner of Police in his time and ensured that all security agencies were put on their toes. He has the executive privilege. He has the executive immunity to call for security.
Thank you very much, Comrade Bobby Obayowan. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you very much for your contribution. We do.
This Benue State security, there is more to this. And the sitting governor, Alias, Hyacinth, and Alia, he have a lot of responsibility. They have a lot to do concerning the insecurity in Benue State. Yes, I know that, like we said before, that he does not have control over the security. He can't command, he can't do this, he can't do that. Yes, we know all of those, but there's a lot you can do as a sitting governor. At least you have command. There's a lot you can do as a sitting governor. Everything must not be president to come and solve every problem for you. We need to see the level of seriousness, what you have been able to do before calling for Tinubu intervention, which is the general. Yes, somebody will say during the time of autumn, they were still by the same issues at that time. But you could see what Untold did at that time. Untold gave it to Buhari at that time, back to back. Untold did not allow Buhari to rest. To understand, they were having issues back and forth, asking Buhari, and he's doing this, he's doing that. That is, he has done the one he could do, but Tinubu at that time needed to do the rest. But now, let me tell you something. When we're talking about this, okay, you do not have control over this federal policing. You don't have control over them to secure your land, to secure your border. What have you done differently? For example, this man is from Edo State. He said something about Edo State. During the time of Obaseki, the security were challenging, right? Insecurity. Obaseki set up security architecture. He was able to manage the security. Vigilante group, what is today, they are sick. I think Okpeboro is even destroying or dismantling that security. Now, probably want to set up his own, or I don't know. So he set up that one that he can control, different from federal government. Under him, right? Or is it Oyosi Abi Oshun's? Yeah, that one to set up his own security, local security. What is his name? Amotekun Abi Amotekun. He set up local security that he can control, that they are working together with the federal policing. Do you understand? Go to Anambra State, Soludo set up Agunecheba. His own security that he can control. They are working together with the federal policing. This one he has control over. They can control. He can direct them. These people report anything to him. He can swing into actions immediately. So a lot of people has been complaining, analyzing the insecurity in Benue. I have not heard anyone talking about the security that this governor has set up. That under this governor set up this security, security. Even Untold himself. They didn't set up their own local security that they can control, that they can work together with these people. And that is the way. They definitely need to do that. Otherwise, I don't think this one is going to end anytime soon. Because like the chief of defense staff was speaking yesterday, he said the pressure is too much. This incident might likely happen again, and it's not going to end anytime soon. Now, this is what he was speaking yesterday when he was making suggestion that they should start building. We should start fencing our borders against these people. And again, they want to, if they build a modern day ranches for this cow headers, that there will be no conflicts. These conflicts will stop because they are not going to move around again with their cows. So you have a range for your cows to train your cow. If you train your cow, look after your cow very well, the range, you have value for the meat of that cow. You get good taste, good value for the meat. I said that the last time. So you shouldn't be moving your cow from one point to another just like that because the country is free. There's no law. There's no this. So I think he needs to do a lot. There's a lot he needs to do. He needs to perform very well. Set up, if you want, set up in security architecture that you can control. You can, once they report to you, any report gets to your table, you can swing it to action. Then you work with the state police at that time. Anyways, please share this video and please subscribe to this YouTube channel now.